Grandma was one of my best friends growing up. She was always there for me no matter what. I have so many fun memories with her. One that I still love was when they were at the Stanwood house and we would eat as many green beans that we could, all get as many as we could on our fork. What a great trick she played on us to eat our green beans. She always had great advice and always wanted me the best for me. She loved me so much, she grabbed her purse one time when I was getting sick at a skating competition, and yeah, I puked in the purse. We loved that story. Another one of my favorites was going to the cannery at lunchtime, and we'd all grab a root beer, and Grandma would just kick our butts in the burping contest. It was so much fun. Um, she gave me my love of dachshunds. I loved that her and Daryl had a special relationship. They loved to watch Survivor together. Um, we have a dachshund because of her, and I love. And I think it's funny. Every time I go to open up the cheese, I think of both her and Grandpa and how the dogs would come running when they'd hear the crinkle of the cheese wrapper. Um, anyway, I will miss her, miss Grandpa, and I love her, and I hope she rests in peace.
My name is John. Violet was my grandmother. When I was a child, she was one of my best friends. In the summer, I would go work on the farm picking raspberries, and I remember every day we would take the berries to the cannery, stop off and get a soda, and have burp competitions all the way to the cannery. On the weekends, she would take me fishing and crabbing. She always wanted to make sure that I was enjoying myself. She was a great grandma, and I will miss her.
My oldest memory of Grandma Vi is drinking root beer and having burping contests, which she would always win. I remember watching bull riding. Grandma would always make stovetop popcorn, way better than anything you'd ever make in a microwave. It was always fun taking berries to market with her. Sometimes there'd be some adventures, like when a whole drum of berries fell off outside a treetop, and those guys just came out with shovels and picked it up. Oh, and her fried chicken hearts were the best ever. Thanks.
I think my favorite memory of Grandma was that she just always wanted everyone to be together. It didn't matter the occasion, whether it was Christmas, another holiday, birthdays, or summer vacations at the lake. She just wanted everyone to be together.
We grew up pretty far from Grandma, but I will always remember the first time we went to Washington to visit her when I was 7. I loved the berry farm and how much life surrounded her there. The flowers were gorgeous and the fresh produce was delicious, but I think extra magic was added to the place by her frequent laughter and always smiling eyes. After that visit, whenever she mailed us jars of homemade jelly, it would spark those happy memories.
Grandma was a force, sometimes making everyone laugh with her silliness, sometimes being the silent observer while her love drew us all to each other. At least that's how I saw her from the too few times I was able. I've always felt her in my life and in my heart, even though we lived far away. A couple years ago, I fell on hard times, but I was given the chance to visit her. It was terrible timing, but it was everything I'd always needed. The family welcomed me home. I was able to stay with Grandma at her assisted living home for a couple days. Even though she didn't know me too well, she acted as if I'd always been there, as if I belonged. I slept cuddled up with her in her pooches, watched random TV, went to lunch with her buddies, and visited with any family that was able to come around during my visit. She created our beautiful, crazy family and loved us all. She will be with me forever in all of you. Love you, Grandma.
Hello, Mama. It seems as if it's been a long, long time. I really miss you. Hope you're doing fine. Have you seen your true love? Are you happy? Just to know this means so much to all of us. Hello, Mama. Was your mama waiting there for you? Are your siblings? How was that? Did it feel so good inside? And then, of course, your boys. Must have been a grand reunion. What's up, Mama? I miss you so much. Wish we could have had more time together. You will never know the emptiness your babies are feeling. Remember all the good, bad, and sad times. Remember the happiness and unconditional love you showed. Remember always that your family loved you, Mom. Goodbye, Mama. Missing you is so hard. But there will be a glorious day when we are all together once again. I love you, Mom. Bye.
I loved Mom the first hour I knew her. We had just moved to St. Louis. I was pregnant and struggling with nausea. My housekeeping was marginal. Vi and Jean drove down to visit us, and they arrived 2 hours earlier than estimated. I was frantically sweeping when they drove up, and I hid the dirt behind my Tennessee handmade broom in the corner of the kitchen. They were thirsty, so we went to get drinks. Mom saw the broom and headed for it, saying, "Hey, what a neat broom!" She picked it up, saw the mess behind it, and cracked up. That was the first time I saw her beautiful eyes twinkling. It was the first of many laughs and happy visits back and forth. I treasure many memories of Mom and Jean with our girls, and getting into trouble with my mom and Violet in antique shops. I loved breaking away from the guys, just Violet and me, when we visited them. I loved her warmth and humor, her intelligence, her compassion, and her determination to overcome her struggles in life. I loved that she started me on the road to exploring ancestry, which we enjoyed together, and our road trip to the Ancestors Cemetery. I will miss her always for all those things and more. I close my eyes and I can still hear her voice and see her smiling at me, eyes twinkling. Thanks, Mom, for everything.
When I was 5, our family split in half. It was very hard for me because I wanted to be with my siblings and my mom. Over the years, I would sometimes cry wishing I could be with her. We were only able to see her a few times while we were growing up. I started seeing her a little more often when I went to the seminary in Mission City, British Columbia. Since I traveled on a bus to get there, I went right through Seattle. It meant a lot to me to be able to visit, even if it was only for a few hours each time. After moving to Missouri and later Virginia, we were fortunate to have her visit us a few times. I learned to enjoy her sense of humor. She was quite a mischievous person. Like the time right around Halloween, she was sitting on a bench in a park with a plastic skeleton near the bench. She reached over, took the skeleton's hand, and put it on her breast, and gave this little smile. She did not have much education, yet she enjoyed reading. She was very interested in family history and knew a lot of interesting things about our ancestors. It was nice to find out about those things. She was a loving soul, and even though I did not have as much time with her as I wanted, I cherished the time I had. I miss you, Mom, and hope to see you again and learn so much more about you when my life on earth ends.
It has been said that life is a journey, and if this is true, it cannot begin without a loving, caring, and nurturing mother. My mother, Violet Boxx, was just that kind of person for me. Some may call this instinct, others may view this as an obligation, but for me it was displayed as an unconditional love. In my rememberings as a young child, I reflect on those feelings as being loved, nurtured, and protected as only a devoted mother could. I was sheltered for life's reality the best she could. Although times were not always easy for us, I always had the feeling that she was looking out for best interest for me and the rest of us kids. I know that she made many personal sacrifices so us kids would not have to do without. As a teenager, we had our trials and tribulations, only to find out that in my adult years her wisdom was righter than my foolish urges. Mom, you have always been there for me. For this I am so appreciative. You were steadfast with your commitments and helped me with raising my children. I have had to lean on you during many hard times and celebrated with you during the good times. I was so honored to be able to pay back to you some of the warmth and love that you so freely gave to me over the years. My thoughts and my heart are consumed with the loss of you in my life. I know that you are in a better place, that you may share your love that you have held so dear. This song, You Have Raised Me Up, has inspired me to be more than I can be. I love you, Mom.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be.
There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I You raise me up to more than I can be.
You raise me up to